Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. You may occasionally hear buzzing in the background, depending on how much my microphone picks up and how much happens. A buzzing insect came in the window, and like 30 seconds before I started recording, there's buzzing from somewhere. So it's gotten caught or it's stuck in a web, but you may occasionally hear buzzing from a buzzing insect. I don't know what kind of buzzing insect it is. I'll find out. Thumbs up. Anyway, though, welcome to a brand new day. Definitely a thumbs up. The weather is still nice for the Shelton, Washington weather report. It is pleasant. It's been very hot and sunny. It's supposed to be intermittent and cloudy all day, so it's probably going to be at least a little bit cooler. Today is a therapy day, so thumbs up for that as well. I mean, that has nothing to do with the weather, but today is therapy as well, so a lot to talk about with my therapist, so that's good. Definitely a thumbs up. I hope your day is going well. And once again, I would like to thank absolutely everybody who watches and leaves comments and all this. There's been, I get a fair amount of support, supporting comments and such like that. And thank you so very much. It is appreciated very, very much. I have, of course, depression issues, so bad comments, negative comments, not necessarily bad, just no value judgment, but more negative comments, they hurt. They hurt probably more than they should, which is fine, but there's been a lot of very supportive comments, and thank you very much. Each and every one of you, it is appreciated. Now also, my kitty cat wants in, so just one moment. Come on, you silly kitty. She is such a goose. My apologies. Now I've got to recenter myself. I have a fair amount of things on my topics list, some of them topical and some of them not. One of the things, is part of it is, of course, the ongoing thing with the ADHD meds, because this is about my journey through life, my explorations through things as I'm recovering from my depression, recovering from the death of my wife and all this. And one of the big things right now that's been happening is my discovering that I have ADHD. It explains so much of my life. And the treatment of the ADHD with the medications. I mean, that's amazing. And so because it is such a huge impact on my life right now, in some ways, because there is some about that I want to talk about as well. It's something I really am impacted by. It is a big, major change in things. So I'm talking about a lot. Hopefully it's not too boring, but it is something that's happening. Let's see if I can remember what some of the things that I wanted to talk about on that, because I do need to talk to my med manager. Yesterday, late afternoon, so that 6 hours later, it would be time that I would be going to bed, I took another half tablet, because losing the ability to concentrate and losing the ability to focus is just so painful. So it's definitely within the safe range, because the average dosing is like 30 milligrams, or it's like 30 milligrams a day average, but 20 milligrams at a shot does okay. But when it fades off, because it's not long sustained release, and that's the issue, because a sustained release would still only be like 12 hours, and then it fades away, and it leaves me chopped off and feeling tortured, and then it still doesn't last long enough. So my taking more of the short-acting stuff, I don't mind. I can do that. I've taken meds my whole life, so I can do that. I have med containers that you can put pills into so you don't forget, and so I can do that. But I break my morning dose down into 2 doses, and so that it's more of a taper up, taper down. And then my second half of the day's dose is like an hour before that's supposed to fade, an hour after that. But then, yeah, at about 3 o'clock, I just start getting afraid, because even if I don't do anything with my newfound ability to concentrate and focus and take advantage of the time, not just time right now on ADHD meds is still like sand running through my fingers, but it's sand running through my fingers. When I'm not on ADHD meds, it is like just putting my hands in a stream as the water just rushes past. Days pass like hours, and weeks pass like days. When I'm on these meds, time slows down. Even if I do nothing with my ability to remember things, to concentrate, to focus, to just enjoy time instead of it just rushing past me at blinding speed, that's fine. That's good. I am enjoying right now just being able to be quote-unquote normal. With my ADHD and my ability to focus and concentrate, I've been out here on the far edges of the bell curve of normal. You know, we're most normal people. You know, bell curve again, because everything is averages. There's no black and white cut edge. I mean, there is. There's like you're alive or you're dead, stuff like that. That's binary. But most of life is not. See if I can remember where I was going with that. I've forgotten entirely. That is one of the things that even now I still have troubles with, because even though I am slowed down, even though I can concentrate, one of the things that meds do, whether it is Amelia, no, whether it is an antidepressant or it is an ADHD med, as my therapist has put it, it does not put you on its back and then carry you through life. It just makes the path that you're walking through life easier. It clears out some of the big obstacles. It makes it so some of the paths that are harder to get through are detoured around. It makes your path easier to walk. And right now, I am enjoying that. And back to the bell curve, I remembered, because as it being not just black and white, you know, there are people who are able to focus and concentrate, you know, easily and hard, and then they're out on the bell curve as well, except they're not on the I can't concentrate side, they're on the I can concentrate more than God side. But most people are on that hill, right in the middle, as they gain the ability to focus with more people until they're the larger number of people who can average focus a great amount, and then off to the people that can't. So you got the outer edges of those who can hyper focus and those who can't focus at all, and I have been further out on this side than I had ever thought. And so just being able to enjoy the slowed down time, being able to just think about things, to focus, to concentrate, to remember. And that is the biggest thing. I can remember things for longer than like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm just enjoying that right now. I do have hopes and projects planned, so I've got to work on my part of it. The path has been cleared. I have to change myself to be able to take advantage of the cleared path. So that's good. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Let's see what else I've got on my list here. Oh yes, one of the things I did do. I can't remember if I've talked about this, but I took the sheet on my bed. Since I only tuck in one side and then the bottom, and then I leave the other side completely untucked, I untucked the bottom part of it and then rolled it up so that from the mid-thigh down, my legs are uncovered. Now, for my health, and it's actual health because you should do this too, I sleep with pillows. I have a pillow that I clutch so that my arms aren't dangling and stretching my joints, and you should do this as well. And to minimize skin-to-skin contact, and you should do this as well, I have a pillow between my knees. It stretches from between my knees down to my ankles so that from my toes up to my mid-thighs, my legs do not touch, and so there's no bone-to-bone pressure of my knees pressing on each other as well. And then, of course, I've got a body pillow for behind my back so that I stay on my side. So that's a lot of pillows. That's a lot of extra covering as well. When I'm facing on my right side, my right leg is completely covered by a whatever the stuff is, that artificial foam stuff. So it can get warm. But I was able to sleep without any cramping until I got too cold. Because nighttime, even in summer, even in deserts that get blisteringly hot, are frigid and freezing at night. Once the land gives up the heat that it's been absorbing all day, it is bitterly cold. So like from 3 o'clock on, I'm cold and the cold wakes me up. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because I also had to fight minor league cramping as well those times that I was awake. So I've been up early. Yay. But it was much less than when I hadn't taken a stimulant in the afternoon. Oh, goody. Now, one of the things that I did also do, I've talked about when I go on my walkies, how going to Walmart is a 6-mile round trip, as I'd worked out, and it is, on Google Maps and all. I figured out a way that you can draw and get your mileage for walks, because you can do a plot thing where you just drag and you draw. The tool sucks, so if you make a mistake, either make a mental workaround in your head as you're drawing, or just you gotta start all over again, because I would make a mistake and there's an undo button and I'd hit the undo button and nothing would happen. It didn't undo a bloody thing. So I'd either just have to make the mental change in my head, go, oh, well, I screwed up, so that's an extra block, a couple 100 feet I gotta deal with. But I had been wondering before about how big a walk it was when I just walked around downtown Shelton, and so that's why I added this extra loop where I walk. There's one major road that runs all the way from the bottom of southern Shelton to the top of northern Shelton, and that's Olympic Highway. And so I walked to the top of Olympic Highway and then come back down into downtown Shelton for the rest of my normal walk. I always thought maybe that added a mile, maybe a mile. I drew it out on Google Maps stuff. It adds 1.3 miles. So yeah, it's like 4.4 miles on just a daily walk as I go around Shelton. I'd sort of like to do more, but that's dangerous. So far, my walks to Walmart and the hospital and all that have been okay. I have not inflamed the nerves of my back and legs, so I have not had any physical anxiety. I have not had to go to bed early from that. I've been lucky. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again for a while, but that's why I don't walk to Walmart anymore, because so often that 6-mile round trip was just too far. Now, this last weekend I walked to Walmart a lot, and I've had to walk to the hospital a lot. So I've been lucky, and that's a good thing. Let me see what else I have on my list, because there is a lot of stuff, but there's also stuff that if I start up on it, I'm not going to have time, because by my thing here, my timer, I've been like 14 minutes and some odd change, and I want to talk about, once again, killing in humor. And that's a big subject, because, you know, as horrific as it is, you know, to take an axe and hack someone to death with it, It can also be an effective and hilarious punchline to a joke or story. But we'll talk about more of that on another day. Plus, I got other stuff on there. So, hey, it's nice to actually have a topics list than to have nothing there and cut everything short because I don't know what to say. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. And I've got an itchy hairline. 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. It's getting easier, sort of, and I'm going to do my best. A thumbs up on that. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect. Whistling around my dentures. No disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I can't American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, all sorts of issues, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember my own name. So we have Reda, Deroua. I do not know how to pronounce that, but thank you very much. D6 Wingnut, who also appears to live in Shelton. Thumbs up. And then we have Salem, greatly appreciated. E Hall 131313, greatly appreciated. Oh man, thumbs up. Elismar Henrique, I am nowhere close, but thank you very much. Lil, thumbs up, and thank you for appreciating the music. It is a good thing. Barak Garza, thank you very much. Daniel Aramenko, greatly appreciated. We have Nico Bands, good to see you in the comments. Tommy Nelson, good to see you as well. And then we have AHI, thumbs up, thank you. There is Alex Salinas, thumbs up and thank you much. Ricky Bettini with a daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. Nando Rice Charuti, good to see you in the comments. Talos Rios, well, I haven't really listened to a lot of Adele. And then, did I thank Daniel Aramenko? If I did, then now you've gotten it twice, and if I didn't, then thank you very much. And then we have Museo, thumbs up, and good to see you. Ice Damon, good to see you in the comments as well. CT140, actually I'm hoping to play the game Days Gone for either the channel or stream on Twitch. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up. We have Sebastian Ferris, always good to see you in the comments. There is Crunky Crunk Official, thumbs up and thank you. Philippe Calderon, thumbs up and thank you very much. And that is it. 24 people who left me comments. Greatly appreciated. Getting me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. And that is appreciated to no end. A definite thumbs up on that. Let's see as I try to remember where it goes next. Sorry about the long pause there. I got lost. If you could check out my various things down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe. GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money to the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, where hopefully I'm going to get it updated to make sure it has things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that'd be very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And of course, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. A definite thumbs up on that. And of course, the duck head of scorn, even though it has lost the powerful and mighty lobster hat, it still wields its scorn like a weapon. It does this out of love, however. It only has negative reinforcement to use. Out there somewhere, the horse head of encouragement is still working to regain its lost throne. So no fears, and hang in there. And of course, Black Lives Matter and stop Asian hate. Good golly, Miss Molly. And during these very hard times, please try to stay as safe and creative as you possibly can. It is a good thing. So if you don't have to go out, please don't. If you do, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing. If you can, get vaccinated. A very, very good idea indeed. Thumbs up on that. Even though there are still morons in comments who I delete for spreading misinformation who say, oh, you're just a shill for Big Pharma. I don't get paid by Big Pharma. And the fact is, vaccines work. And you don't have to pay for this one. So be smart, believe in science, don't be a conspiracy theorist. And I will see you on the flip side, my friend. Oh my God, I've only got 6? Well, this is going to be bad.